Last time on this shit. After 9 months of grinding, I finally got 99 construction without a saw, which meant I could finally leave the Valador chunk. I rolled the Valador farm, which meant I could finally farm some herbs, and the cooking guild, which meant baking a summer pie and getting 99 cooking. And when that's done, it's anyone's guess which chunks are rolled on this time of Xtreme Onechunk Ironman. Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm training cooking right now, which is an extremely fast skill of course, so this doesn't take too long. I can get to 99 in a couple of days and then we can do another chunk. And there we go, 97. Looking good. 2 more levels. And I have a lot more fish banked from Temporos, so this chunk is a nice little distraction, but we're gonna get back to the chunk roller very soon. 98, I'm cooking sharks right now. I'm gonna burn a few, but I have a lot, so shouldn't be a problem. And here we are back at Limpwurt Castle. This seemed like a nice nostalgic place to get 99 cooking. And there we go, 99 cooking. The 8th 99 on this account. And also the quickest. I didn't have to put much effort into getting this 99. And if I buy this cape, that's gonna be the last task from this chunk. And its perk is that you can never burn any food while it's equipped. So I'm gonna take advantage of that and quickly cook the rest of my fish from Temporos. Because yeah, I'm doing it, I'm cooking right now, so I might as well do it now and afterwards I'll roll another chunk. And here you can see I have a lot of manta rays and turtles left to cook. And I also burned a lot of these sharks, which is a shame, but it's not the end of the world. And of course I'm also still lamping Slayer. Here we go. 37, yeah. I can now kill killer watts, which I can actually get to. So I'm gonna check them out and see if I can get anything from them. And here we are, I can access them from Drainer Manor. They don't have a very good drop table. They do drop a lot of runes, so that's nice, but no unique. So I'm gonna kill one for the sake of it, and then I'm gonna go on and roll another chunk. It is time, finally. Here we are back in the chunk picker. The situation hasn't changed much from the last time we were here. Number 8 and 10 are very dangerous, year-long or years-long grinds, so best to avoid those. But the chunk I want right now is the Lumberyard, because that allows me to build an altar in my POH, so I have another way to train prayer. But without further ado, let's go to the chunk rolling. And of course, as always, this was all live on YouTube. So we rolled the first chunk and it was the one with Doric's quest in it, which got me a quest point, which is very nice, but it also put me right next to Taverley Dungeon, which is not necessarily a death chunk, but it's gonna be very hard because I need to get a Visage and, of course, the Smoldering Stone from Hellhounds. So after the quest we continued rolling, but before we get into that... This video is sponsored by Factor. Factor is a meal delivery service that provides fresh, healthy and delicious meals right to your house. And you know, no prep means no mess. Factor cuts out stressful meal planning and extensive prepping, so meals come together in minutes, which takes the guesswork out of what you want to make for breakfast, lunch or dinner. Factor even offers meals for those looking to follow keto, low-calorie or vegan and vegetarian lifestyles. Factor helps you avoid fast food and ordering in, with no-nonsense, delicious foods that ready quickly. With Factor's chef-prepared meals you always know you're eating well, so you never have to opt for something that isn't good for you. Factor meals arrive pre-prepared and ready to eat in 2 minutes or less. And their meal plans offer variety with a rotating weekly menu of 27 plus meal options. And over 33 add-ons like smoothies, keto shakes, desserts and more. And if you're like me and you're not a real whiz in the kitchen, well then Factor can actually help you eat some delicious healthy meals. Get 50% off your first Factor box and free wellness shots for life using my link. That means you can choose 2 free wellness shots from 3 available flavors for every order while you're an active subscriber. Click the link in the description or scan the QR code with your phone. Okay, and now we go back to the chunk rolling. So here we go, the next roll was the dig site and I did take a little look around and there was nothing interesting, so let's get to the next one. But the next chunk was interesting. It was the chunk with the quarry in it and the quest Anakra's Lament. Which meant I had to do the quest, but I also needed to upgrade the Camulet, which meant I needed 1 mil. And normally this wouldn't be much of a problem, but I had just sold all my stuff to get more backed plants, so I was flat out broke. But this was a very good opportunity to torture my stream chat by selling all my fruit tree seeds and runes. But don't worry, I don't actually need all those fruit tree seeds, because by the time I get to a fruit tree patch, I will already be 99 farming. But then I started selling bloods and they went ballistic, but it was worth it because it was funny. But in the end I had a mill and I could buy an upgraded camulet and finish the quest. Here we go, the upgraded camulet. Let's roll yet another chunk. It's been, I think, over 5 chunks since the last death chunk, so who knows what's gonna happen. Let's get into it. And so back into the chunk picker we go, and the next chunk was Goblin Village. So on the one hand, Goblin Village is good, but it also means that I'm right next to the monastery right now, and the monastery is extremely scary. It's probably gonna take years to finish that. But I guess Goblin Diplomacy gives a lot of quest points, so that's nice. Normally you'd go to Aggie in Draenor Village for the dice, but I don't have Draenor Village, so can't get to Aggie. And what a lot of people don't know is that there's a dice seller in Pol Nivnich, for some reason, where I can make the dice. So I got a red, yellow and blue dice from here, and that meant I could complete the quest. I now had 21 total quest points, and at 32 quest points I can actually enter the Champions Guild. And that also means that Champion Scrolls will drop from monsters, which means I can get those Champion Scrolls of the backlog, because it's always the goal to complete as much of the backlog as possible. I found this out a little later, but at the back of the Ice Fiend mountain here, they added a little shortcut with the release of Desert Treasure 2, which means I have access to Ice Fiends, and if I get a Draenor Village chunk, I can finally get my first Slayer Master. And the only monster it assigns that I can't kill is monkeys, so I might actually have a way to train Slayer if I get that chunk. I also had to do some runecrafting related diary tasks, and now that I actually had a Mind Altar, I was able to get a very special Crack the Clue outfit. But I had to gather a lot of items. It took me over 2 hours, I think, to gather all of the stuff needed. But finally, when I got all the stuff, I could get the outfit and actually enter the basement of Varrock Westbank. And I got some of the ruby rings there by hopping some worlds. Because why not, it's free money. So we went back to rolling and something very special happened. We actually rolled chunk number 1. Yes, after years and years of rolling, it finally happened. I wasn't sure it was ever gonna happen, but we rolled it. The chunk that has been next to my starter chunk for years and years now at this point, it finally rolled. I don't know what the odds were of not getting it for this long, but yeah, it feels really weird just to walk in there right now. The tree patch there is not that useful to me right now because, of course, I already have the Valador patch, so the only thing we have to do is get a full Hem outfit, and after a little bit of time I finally got the full outfit, and getting this outfit means I can go back to the chunk picker and roll yet another chunk. I've gotten a ridiculous amount of chunks this video without hitting a death chunk. So let's hope this spoonwort streak continues, and let's roll another chunk. Yet another chunk, Jesus Christ. And back in the chunk picker we got another chunk that's been rollable for years at this point. Of course I'm talking about the duel arena. Unfortunately there was nothing to do in the duel arena. There is an imbue thingy there, but I don't have anything imbuable, so that doesn't count. If I get something to imbue, I'll go back there. But right now it's been 8 chunks since I left the Valador Death chunk. And you won't believe what's coming next. We get spooned again. Limestone mine, which means I'm now next to the lumberyard, which I want because I need a saw to make an altar so I can train prayer faster. I can't do the 2 Rag and Bowman quests because I can't get to Draenor for the wine, and I don't think I can access all of the creatures I need to kill. But the limestone mine might come in handy later. Okay, so the next roll is the most important roll in a long time. This is, still can't believe it, this is absolute spoonwort to the max. Port Sarim. Port Sarim is hands down the most important travel hub in the game. You can sail to all different lands. With my rules, I only use boats to get to places I can't reach by land, so I will not make chartered ship locations rollable because all the destinations are reachable by land. I can also not get to Land's End because you need to first go to Port Piscarilius before you can go to Land's End. You can't sail there from Port Sarim. But that does mean I can get to Zeya now, to Port Piscarilius. Also Entrana, which would be very nice for the Lost City quest. And also Void Knight Outpost, which would be an incredible way to train prayer for the account. If I ever get to the monastery and need 99 prayer, then yeah, that would be a huge help. Would shave off thousands of hours of the grind. You might have noticed that I didn't mention Musa Point or Karamja, and that's because I didn't include it in the roll. And in hindsight, this was a mistake. I only unlocked chunks by land connection, and unfortunately the chunk with the docks of Musa Point are in the same chunk as a part of the mainland where Turgo's shack is. So I wanted to unlock Turgo's shack and with that unlock the docks of Karamja, but this in hindsight felt like a bit of a cop-out. And I won't have people saying that I'm afraid of unlocking the Inferno. I mean, I am, but I won't have people say it. So I'm sorry for not including the Karamja docks. In the next roll they will be included, so I can sail from Port Sarim to the docks. But as you'll soon see, the gods of odds have punished me severely for this lapse in odds. Moving on, I planted a spirit seed here in the patch in Port Sarim, which was kind of the only task in the chunk I had to do before I could continue rolling. But this really is a great chunk. It also has a rune store, so I can now buy runes, which is weird, but I haven't been able to buy runes this entire time. And with that, a new roll. It was an interesting roll because I finally had some islands unlocked, but not Karamja, of course. We'll correct that in the future, sorry about that. But as I said before, this chunk was a hard pill to swallow because chunk number 4, which has the air altar in it and the Valador, the lead diary, requires me to get 88 rune crafting to craft 252 air runes simultaneously. This is not as bad as getting 99 rune crafting with the Varrock chunk, but it's gonna take months, man. This is... Oh, I just don't have a good way of getting pure essence. The best way is Minotaurs. So this is a very hard chunk for me to complete. I can get an unlimited amount of air talismans from the Duke and Lumbridge, and I can use those to create air tiaras, but I don't know. This is a bitch of a chunk. In the end, I decided that I wanted to use up all my earth talismans, still from the 99 man grind mainly, and the Puro grind, which meant I needed a little bit over 200,000 pure essence, and to get that I need to kill 300,000 Minotaurs, which is gonna be a bitch of a grind, but I got some iron darts, over 1 million iron darts, and I'm gonna use those up on them, and hopefully my odds will prevail. I'll kill all these Minotaurs, get the pure essence, and make those lava runes. And the remainder of the XP I need, I think a little under 1 mil, I'll make air tiaras, because those also give crafting XP when making the tiaras, and I might need some crafting XP in the near future. But that is all the time I have for today. Thank you for watching. Stand with me during this tough grind, and with a very special thank you to aka Roommate, Poggies, Decoded Lar, LP Kellner, The Akbars, Vapor, Headless K, UOM Evan, Andros, Lepanoki, Knockmol1, Unsliced, High Class Lowlife 465, Locksins, Dynamite, Penguin Meat, Blomkool, Jurn Skallen, Akari Rimu, J Balls, Kurenai, Kemti, Sam, X2 Light, JVH92, Cardus Vivadi, Apex Eternals, Rennek, Brendan Nielsen, Iron Wire, Reese Benden, Sidestar, Bash T, George Nador, August Whitley, Slick Zero, Godrow, Sifu, Robbie Shackelstein, Patriotic Skull, Mitchell Chamberlain, Dick the Cock Johnson, HX, Man I'm Too Good, Sean the Sheep, Austin Koselin, Timothy Buzelli, Tumble, Christopher Sainz, Me It Book, Gengar Legend, Redford, Tank Killer, Sir Slaughter, Icaro, Yummy, FHNN, Pope Fiction, Jada Cat Demon, Dale Christian, Ryan Child, Grunt Life, Eric Top, Eris Plamen, High and Tight, Niels, Michael, 16862, Average, Volky1, Dylan Greenball, Lost, Griff Reaper, and Michael Wolf, as well as the other people you can see on screen right now. Thank you, and till the next one.